Facebook link or something that I can link to my people?
Yeah.
Podcast Your Voice on Facebook.
Yeah,
You can hook that. Go ahead and hook that up right now. We can get going. We can get going while you're hooking that up, and Instagram too. If you decide, we got all those capabilities. Welcome back to the Let Us Become Sharper / the TNS podcast. Let us become sharper. Let us become sharper is the credo and the mantra. Let us become sharper / TNS podcast. So, as promised, I've been bringing on from a way of life from the barber world, but I can't limit these guys to the barber world, but we'll just concentrate into that world for now. I've been bringing in the heavy hitting barbers out of the barber game, the ones that you may have heard of or may not, but you have heard and you'll know about them now. We're bringing them into the podcast. We got our guests now. We got our features, what they would say, what have you, and we getting the game started. So now we have my brother, V Cuts.
Yo.
Nah, V Cuts is out of Royal Oak. You in Royal Oak, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Give a brief introduction of where you at and what you do.
What's up, everybody? My name's Kave. My business is V Cuts, VKUT to the Z. Right now, my location is in Royal Oak, right there on Main Street. You can find me, on Main Street, north of Main Street.
Nigga with the Barry White face.
Let them know, bro. Let them know.
We
if you got to do the Barry White thing, just do it. If you got to do the,
just go for it.
If you just go for it, man. Don't
Yeah. Like
if
I
that's
said,
how you got to do it. Just do it.
V Cuts is on. It's on Main Street.
V Cuts after dark.
The golden standard.
So that's the brand, the golden standard.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
That is the brand, golden standard.
So we bringing out credos, we bringing out mantras, we bringing out the hooks, the catchphrases, and we bringing out skills. My man V Cuts, one of the most powerful barbers in the game, also a musician, also operate by the gold standard, meaning the service that you get when you go to his suite. When you go to the suite, man,
tell them about it.
This is a very, very nice suite.
Thank you.
Super, super clean, like the glass window storefront. He right off the street now. In Royal Oak, right on Main Street. Yeah. This is how serious. This is how fierce this industry can get. We got guys coming in with the private suite now, and now we have. So I want you to introduce before you introduce yourself. You're talking about Faith on the camera. We had a conversation about Faith. I'm gonna let you talk to the people first, and then we're gonna go right back to that.
Okay. So I'm Teddy Van Gogh. The world knows me as Teddy Van Gogh, the one and the only, the artist, barber, videographer, storyteller, husband, father,
and
jujitsu, martial artist.
Martial art, yeah.
Come on,
you know what I'm saying?
CCW trainer.
CCW, CPL in the state of Michigan.
CPL, yeah, trainer.
Yeah.
Now's not the time to run down your credentials.
I could go very. Look,
we got 5 more minutes.
Let's go. 5 more minutes to run it down.
He did.
Come on, man. CPL instructor, notary public, director. Check out corruption on Tubi.
Hey,
corruption. Yeah, corruption. Check out corruption on Tubi. We got to get a clip of that.
Wait, Teddy, I was the barber for that, right?
You were the barber on that. Yeah, you were. I brought my man's in on that.
Hey, shout out to Teddy for the opportunity. I really do appreciate that, man. It was amazing experience.
He was there with me from the beginning, from the inception of the idea of me pursuing that career of filmmaking. So I always told him where I go, he goes. So here we go.
That's a beautiful thing that I got you here. So now what I want to do is I want to let y'all know the title, Let Us Become Sharper. The title comes from, we're gonna give different breakdowns on why the title came to be. Let Us Become Sharper, also my credo. But I'll let you know this. I'll have you know this. When you are making an attempt, or when you are executing to provide for yourself and your family, there will be people that come into your life that have negative output, that have an opinion. If you're not paying my bills, your bills, then the opinion really don't mean too much. Let us become sharper come from the people who done something. If you never done nothing to help, if you never done nothing, you like Uncle Ice over there on the side, paid in full. All the Uncle Ices out there in the world, we became sharper. We really put forth a valiant effort to provide and to be the best people that we can be, become sharper. The title, TNS. TNS stands for Thursday Night Society. What that is that's a key to the game forged of solid gold. I put something out there to build and to enrich the confidence and the morale of the people. There are some folks that are just so different that they just don't fit into the normal population. These are the Thursday nighters starting at 7 p.m. to 2 a.m. Now, when the time comes for me to, it's so much conversation out here about we got the most jewels, or we got the most whips, or we got the most. No, listen. We got the number one jeweler on Thursday night. We got the number one, what do they call it? Fashion. He's not even that. We got the ambassador of all luxury fashion also on Thursday night. We got a lot of number ones on that particular night from 7 p.m. to 2 a.m. It ain't for you squares. Don't pull up square. I'm not judging you. We're not being that way. I'm not judging you. But don't come in there.
I'm just saying.
Square. You got to understand that the game is the game. Now, we're going back to our guests. They've come here today. We got Teddy Van Gogh, the artist.
Yes, sir.
And we got V Cuts. Now, Teddy Van Gogh, many years ago, and this story just has to be told. This is a real life testimony. Speaking of Let Us Become Sharper. Teddy Van Gogh, I don't know how we got on the phone, but somehow, some way, we ended up on the phone.
Yeah, I still don't. That day is very, very.
That was a crazy day. That was a crazy day. But we ended up on the phone, and he was outlining to me. I don't know. I was even sharp then. Somehow, some way, I knew what questions to ask. I said, Teddy, do you have any faith? We were talking about God and faith. I said, Teddy, do you have any faith?
This story get deep, y'all.
He said, no. I don't believe in none of that. I said,
deep, y'all.
What? Don't believe in God and don't believe in faith.
I was in a dark place.
He was in a very, very dark place. This has become sharper for real. We ain't just coming to talk about barbering and razors and prices and appointments and locations. The brother really didn't have any faith at all. None. And I hung in there with him. I said, look, no faith at all? no faith at all. Man. And we were just going and he was just really bleeding at that point, just letting me know I don't believe in none of that. Nothing's going right. I said, but you gotta have faith. We're not going to get into all the gory details, but fast forward, now he's making movies. Now he got all the faith in the world. He'll tell somebody else and he'll be able to sharpen somebody else about faith. So I wanted that to be, we're going to sit down and have an interview about that as we really gather our thoughts, make some notes and really get back to that moment. But I just wanted to show you what Let Us Become Sharper is all about. Let Us Become Sharper is not a perfect 10. Let Us Become Sharper is a 5 to a 6. One step at a time incrementally. If we can improve to a 7 when we were 6 yesterday, and tomorrow we can be 6.5 or 7, we became sharper. Now, I want to ask y'all a question before we even get to the brass tacks of what we about to do. I want to throw a blanket statement out there for everybody listening, for the panel, and everybody watching about keys to the game. Now, every night, and we all adults here, some are young, every night we go to bed. And we go to bed laying next to someone. When you go to bed tonight, I want you to ask yourself a question. I want you to look at that person and say, are you a key to the game? Or are you just a person? Because it's been
go deeper.
It's been a lot. Are you one of the keys to the game?
This a little deeper.
A lot of people go home. No, we're going to become sharper. A lot of people go home. And when they lay in the bed, they lay next to a person that's not a key to the game. They're just laying next to a body. We need to be laying next to people who are a key to the game.
Indeed.
Yeah.
So everybody out there, and I know y'all answer, I'm not gonna put y'all on the spot because I got a good way of doing it. I know y'all love y'all wives, as do I. But a lot of people are out there being misled by the media.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
A lot of people are being told, hey, you can't take me here on the first date. Let's talk about it. Let's become sharper. The Cheesecake Factory thing. You can't take me to Cheesecake Factory on the first date.
Look, can I say something?
Yeah.
Look, my first date with my wife was to Fridays at lunch at the bar off the appetizer menu. And we've been married for 3 years now, 5 years later.
First of all, congratulations.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate you.
Oh, that was the first date?
That was the first date.
She's the type where she was really just with you.
She was with me.
Rolling with you.
Yeah, she was with me. It
First
was
date?
It was on her lunch break.
You really want to know my first date?
First date.
Yes, bro. We here.
Come on, become sharper.
right.
Let's get it.
Become sharper. Sharpen up.
Sharpen up.
First date. Let's see here.
Now you
First
should
of all,
sit up and
shout
act
out.
like you don't know.
You know what? I've been married for 13 years. I've been dating this beautiful woman. Shout out to my wife Miriam for 15 years.
Okay. First date.
First date. Yeah. There you go.
Nothing like the first date.
Yeah. So we went bowling. And long story short, that was it. We went bowling for one game, and that was it.
Yeah.
I ain't telling no more.
So we got bowling
That's
and
it.
we got Fridays, you say.
Right. Club Fridays.
Club Fridays. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Black Fridays.
You feel me?
But these are keys to the game.
Indeed.
And if you have a key to the game, you already got a major part of the game mastered by having a great partner.
Mhm.
And that's just something that I thought about. I said, you know what? There's a lot of people out there that's getting blowback and getting ridiculed, or there's a standard being set
Mhm.
Mhm.
by people who not even the key to the game.
Mhm.
These people setting these standards are not a key to your life.
These people
And then
are
they've been
in
going
the
back
game most of the time.
and the rebuttals that we've been hearing on social media have been, oh, well, if they can't get a good home cooked meal, and then no, that yada yada about the
Yeah,
home
that
cooked
ain't
meal.
it.
Hey,
That
they
ain't
don't normally go to these expensive restaurants or whatever. But the reality of it is, do you have a key to the game or not?
What's I forget his name, the minister, much love to the Islamic community, but he said you find a woman that's gonna make you half of yourself or your whole self or half of yourself, one or the other.
Yeah. So we going for keys to the game.
Indeed.
Now we getting sharper. So this is what I want to ask y'all, both of y'all. You know, you guys are, you've heard the interview with Kenny and Chris, and we've now had the interview with Mr. I Create Confidence and my brother Troy.
Much love to those guys.
Yep.
What
And
up, y'all?
now here we are with Van Gogh, the artist,
You feel me?
Yes, sir.
and we got V Cuts.
Yes, sir.
Teddy,
Sir.
when did you begin your barber career?
2010. Well, I'll say this. My influence came from my childhood when I used to stay at the salon with my mom while she was getting her hair done by brother Rob Willis, who mentored me into the game.
Okay.
But I really got my my career jump started when I got to the pit stop, when you introduced me to Brother Martin.
Brother Martin.
Joy Road and Myers, baby.
Woo.
Joy Road and Apollon to be exact.
Yeah, now over there at the pit stop, we got Brother Martin
Yes, sir.
and we got E.
Yes, sir.
Youngin. We got Youngin in there.
Don't forget Johnny, baby.
Don't forget Johnny in there. We got them in there. And we got Blake too. Auto Blake. We got Blake. We
Yeah.
got Joe.
Yep.
So that
Shout out to Joe. Shout out to Joe. Big shout out to Joe.
shout out to Joe, man. So that shop is actually a pillar of the community, especially in that area.
Indeed.
And you had the luxury to actually work there and be a part of that atmosphere for an allotted time.
Sure.
And that's a great thing. So that's how your barber career got started.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, V Cuts,
Yes, sir.
how did you get started in this?
Man, kind of like where Teddy was saying how he was influenced by his mom. My mom influenced me a little bit. She used to cut my hair, and I used to get teased, and I was like, man, I'm never gonna get a haircut by my mom ever again. I'm gonna go to the barbershop. And at one time I went to the barbershop and I got the worst haircut, and I went back to my mom, And I was like, "Mom, you got to cut my hair with these scissors again."
Yeah, you realize she had the key to the game.
She really had the key to the
She
game.
had the keys to the game.
Yeah.
Had
See,
the key.
you
Yeah,
went up.
yeah,
See,
man.
He had no faith.
Yes, sir.
He didn't have faith.
He
See,
had no
Man,
faith.
now how do we?
I didn't stick to it. I
No,
didn't
no.
stick to it.
Yeah.
Man.
Now how do we end up back at that faith? See, this is
You
a-
can't
but,
get too far away from
yeah,
faith,
no,
brother.
you
It'll
can't,
drag
man.
you back
Yeah.
every
Listen,
time.
I told we gonna have a separate interview about this. He was so far away from faith. He was so far away from faith. I said I can't let him off the phone. And we stood on the phone for 3-4 hours. And the call would drop.
Teddy, wait a minute.
And it was so
It was
so
th-
the
three-
and I know
3-4
we said we're
hours?
not gonna get back to that, but that day was like, and I remember that day, bro. Like
Uh-huh.
that day was like the sunniest, most brightest, most hottest, beautiful day that Joy Road had ever seen.
And this guy on the phone talking about
and
some.
I'm on the phone with CJ, like, bro, I'm tripping, like ready to go. Like what happened in that shop that day was just like rubbed me the wrong way.
And I was saying
And
it's
if it
and
wasn't
I
for
can
CJ, bro.
and I can hear the bottomless. I can hear the bottomless depth, the abyss of his conversation that had no depth to it. When people are talking to you and you can't feel anything resonate with the conversation,
Yeah.
and it's like a depth there. 9 times out of 10, they're not basing it on faith.
Yeah.
And once you begin to base conversations on human efforts, and that human effort fails you,
Yeah.
and you don't rely on faith no more, you in bad shape. Because everybody at this panel, everybody in this room knows that some days you wake up in the morning and you fix a bowl of cereal or get something to eat and it's nasty.
Yeah.
And then you go get in the car, in the car and you forgot the night before you partied and the gas light on. And then you go to the gas station
Come on, tell me.
and go to get some gas at the pump, and then the pump don't work. And then you get your
Going
credit,
too slow.
you go credit card in there, the pump going slow.
Somebody hack your account.
And then somebody hack your account later on that day. There will be days when it's so tight for you. It ain't no win in the day. There's no W there.
Only
But
thing you can do is go to sleep.
but faith. The only thing you had left in that day was
That's it.
faith.
That's it.
Man, I just want to say,
We
just
already got
not
bold
to-
notifications before.
Not to
You
cut
know?
you off, CJ or Teddy, but I just have to say, man, we got to give CJ his flowers
Every day we get a chance to.
because having this opportunity to say, let us become sharper, we have to understand that as we're becoming sharper, it takes patience.
Yeah.
And from that story you just said right here with Teddy, you was on the phone with him for 3 to 4 hours.
Yeah,
Oh
we
no! So he didn't. He left out a huge part of that. Like he canceled half of his day to stay on the phone.
I was just about to say,
it was like one of those days.
I
he
was so
wasn't letting me
busy.
get
I
off
was
the
so
phone.
busy at that point in life.
Yeah.
but
I said-
you took time and patience with this man that honestly, if you did it,
He was on the wrong road.
And
He was
and
on
at
the
that-
wrong
at
road
that-
that day.
at that time, I had only known CJ for probably less than a year, and so the relationship hadn't even been built yet. Like that was legitimately.
So
that's
what
where-
he-
that's
so
the
now
foundation
here-
of it.
hold
But
on,
the
wait.
way he was talking it wasn't right.
But
man.
what I also want to say too, I thank you for that because you
Yeah.
was spiritually sound with Teddy
yeah.
at that point.
Absolutely.
And not only that, I understood the assignment. You got to remember,
Yeah.
and that's not
Yeah.
to single him out.
No.
But-
I
I'm
got
cool with it.
one
It
with
is.
you
I'm
too.
When
cool
they-
with it. It is what it is.
Not to single him out,
Yeah, it is
but
what
when
it
the
is.
interview started, you remember we said jujitsu,
Yeah.
CPL train,
Come on, man. MMA.
MMA fighter. So we don't want this guy on the wrong side.
Not at all. This is my best friend right here.
That- he might not know that was looming in the back of my mind. I said, if we get this guy over on the other side, then that means I'm gonna have to face him.
Oh,
I ain't trying to go ahead up with him. I said, come on over to the right side, brother.
Come on over.
Yeah, come on over here with come on over with us, bro. So let me invest these 4 hours, 5 hours to make sure that I don't drop the ball.
Man,
Yeah,
it is-
Because
yeah.
so many times you
Yeah.
get a guy who is a CEO
Yeah.
of a Fortune 500, Fortune 100 corporation. And we see him out there with no socks on, no shoes
Yeah.
on, right?
Yeah.
Now, somehow, some way, he knows how to do mathematical equations in his head. And we've taken notice of that. But you still didn't look out for him.
Mhm.
He gonna find a way to eat regardless.
Mhm.
So if you're not gonna take the time, the streets will
Yeah.
take the time.
And the streets always waiting.
And the streets is always
Come
there.
on.
They there with open arms, but they don't embrace you.
No.
So it would be better for me to get that guy and say, listen, man, here go some shoes. Here go some, and from time to time, why don't you come see me from time to time? I know some great brothers. I know some people, some beautiful women that we can put into your life to put around you. That was him. But just imagine that little young guy, but not so vulnerable. He had intent. He was saying, listen, this was about to happen. Somebody gonna come cross me today.
Yeah.
And they gone from here. This is how he was talking. I said, man, I can't. What you want me to do? Ain't nothing I can do. I said, I got to stay here with him in that moment.
Teddy, I'm so glad you my brother.
Yeah, it was really like that.
That was an emotional day, bro.
It was really like that, bro.
Again, it's hard to put the weight on that day because even CJ don't know half the story.
I don't even know. Yeah, I don't even know the whole thing.
So
but
I'm a little. Every time we talk about it, I get a little bit more emotional about it.
That's good.
Man, that was tough.
No, that's listen to me. When I tell you, and this is not like on the air type stuff.
No,
like I legit like owe CJ more than I owe my mama.
Yeah, it was
because I'm be honest, just because
he wasn't gonna be around here no more, man.
That was the day.
Yeah.
Wow.
So and we got all of it, and we got all of this talent. I can see the talent because I already saw him cut. I said, okay, so there's a talent there. I know that it was a key for me. Like I say, let's become sharper. Keys to the game.
Yeah,
it was a key for me. I know what it did for me. Yeah. If it could do a fraction for him, what it did for me, them 5 hours is nothing. So we're gonna sit right here for 7 hours. Yeah. If you get, we'll sit here for 7 hours. Yeah. And I ain't got, and no disrespect, I ain't had no Obama phone.
I think it was a free license.
Yeah, I had the unlimited plan.
Texicals after
phone was on 100 charge. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have the
wait. But was it a flip phone or was it a?
Tell me. It might have been a razor back then.
Ain't no telling what kind of phone it was, but I know I've never had a phone. I've always been on unlimited. I said, man, I gotta sit here. I said, let me charge up. I said, this guy ain't going nowhere.
No batteries on those phones back in the day.
Yeah, this guy wasn't going nowhere. So I'm just glad that we had that moment and we got this podcast to really voice these things and say them like for everybody to hear.
Yes.
Because we've been on every time we see each other, we go to that. That's the conversation.
Yeah.
It was that dynamic.
It wouldn't be right if you did it.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be right.
Yeah, it wouldn't be right. Now that we've been there, we figured out a little bit of history of how you guys got started in the game. You know, we bringing on some of the barbers, but really what we're doing is we're bringing in talent. It's nothing but raw talent. That's basically what we bring in here on the podcast. Sure. So you know, when we come around here, you know, I always talk about our topics. And this weekend, when I was informing a few of my colleagues that I'll be bringing you guys on today, they said, so how many barbers can you bring on the podcast, and stylists and business people, entrepreneurs? How many can you bring? I said, all of them, everyone in the world. Yeah. You're going to have to make a stop here. Yeah. So now that we have you here, the topic. I ain't about to play with y'all.
Yeah, I ain't about to play with y'all.
Now, the topic.
Let's go.
Now, I'm going to ask y'all a question. When we come on this podcast, this is what we do. I'm going to ask you a question, which is the topic. And the panel, what we set with, one of y'all can go first, but here it is. Once trust, I want you to hear me. Once trust is broken, can it be mended again?
We'll take the lead on this one.
Take the lead on that. Now, I'm going to give it to you one more time. I want this to resonate because the whole world is listening. We're going in the metaverse now. Everybody about to hear what we're about to say.
Oh man,
it is forever.
It lives forever on these cameras and microphones. Once trust has been broken, can it be mended and repaired and used and function? Can it function again?
I would say that it can. But both parties have to be on the same level. What I mean by that is if one wants to fix it, the other one has to receive. It's like you got to give and receive, but also the other side has to give and receive, to give that grace, give that time, give that patience while the other one is working. So I think it's really important for that answer to be a yes, that trust can be mended. both parties have to be in it.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you. So is that a yes or a no?
Oh, it's a yes.
The answer is a yes.
It's a yes.
We have one for yes. We have one for yes on the topic. Once trust has been broken, and I'm not talking about damage, I'm talking about snap, powerful, severed.
Well, I mean, at that point, hey, CJ
Can
Shells
it
is
be
so
mended?
hard at the
Can
end.
it be mended?
But it's all about
and used again.
I also will say this and I'm not going to take no more time on that, is, it's your choice if you wanted to. So if my choice would be always first to make it work. But if it doesn't, man, guess what? I'm backing off.
Okay,
I'm backing off.
But your answer is
my answer is yes first.
His answer is yes. Okay, yes first.
All day. Take that to the bank.
Take that to the bank. Okay. Man of faith. Man of faith.
Let's get into it.
Who once had no faith, zero. Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all out there. This is just a disclaimer for everybody watching.
Man.
Everybody like, look at the camera now. Listen to me. There's no excuse.
Yeah.
Let us become sharper. There's no excuse. I know one who had no faith, none.
Yeah, you already know his answer.
It's so deep though, bro.
Listen,
Hey,
I
man.
and I got a memory.
It's
I got a
so,
memory. It's coming back to me. I asked him. I said,
"There's so much power in there."
"Yeah,
Dude,
I asked him. I said, so
I need to have coffee with y'all and
Yeah.
have this conversation, because I need to know all of this.
listen, they don't even know this went down. This was many years ago. I said, so do you believe in? So you believe in God? He said, how did he get here? I said, oh.
Wait.
I said, oh no. He said that. That was his answer. He said, how did he get here? And I promise you, I was on the phone with him. And when he said that, I said, oh,
CJ, what you say? What you say?
people was chiming in on the phone. I answered, listen, man, not today. It ain't happening today.
Oh,
It ain't I'll meet you later.
It's like
Tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Cancel all calls. The
said-
man said he don't believe.
Did you open up the big book?
Man,
that might have been the moment he started putting his phone on Do Not Disturb.
Dog, stop
Hey,
the
he always has his phone on. Do not disturb,
After that
man.
moment, like,
It said
y'all
it's staying on forever.
No, y'all didn't do that. No, y'all didn't do that.
We live, baby.
No, y'all didn't do that. See,
It's my brother, man. I
took it
love
too far.
Teddy, man.
Took it
This
too
my
far.
guy.
the man said, how did he get here? I said, cancel all calls. Any power I got in me has to be concentrated to get him to understand at least that you got it. You can't think that way. You cannot think the way you thinking. Can't happen. So
man.
we went there. So I'm telling
That's
you,
good.
so it's the time. It is, yeah, I had to work with him. So we're gonna ask you now, man of faith. Once trust has been broken, I'm talking about snap, clean, severed, split, not just damaged. Once trust is broken, one piece over here, we broken. Can trust be mended?
Absolutely.
You believe that?
Absolutely.
Tell me why.
Because
And the people tell the people.
so I'm gonna tell the people this. This is a lesson right here. This is Jewel's game.
Tell them
Game
about it.
straight from out of a CJ brain. You
Man,
feel
go
me?
ahead, talk your talk.
Trust can be regained because trust was never lost in the first place. I just now know to trust you to be who you are. You're going to be exactly who you told me you were.
Boy, this boy good.
Let us become sharper.
Let us become sharp.
That just became sharper.
That's sharp right there.
So you're trusting people. So the answer for you, let's be clear before we start, is yes.
Sir. Absolutely.
So you're trusting people to be who they are.
Right. So
Yes.
we get into any kind of relationship, friendship, marriage, whatever, just people crossing the initial interaction is, okay, I trust you. I got to trust you, or I got to respect you, rather. I'm sorry, not trust. I got to respect you. So I will not disrespect you. But the moment I disrespect you, now you trust me to be exactly who I showed you I am. So therefore, the relationship cannot advance past that point. If it starts off as a mutual respect, we grow from that mutual respect. We get to a place where 3 years, 10 years later, whatever the case may be, you sever that, you break that, in the words of CJ, powerfully break that. You know what I'm saying? I trust you now to be the person you showed me to be. You see what I'm saying? So absolutely, trust is never ever broken, because I trust you to be exactly who you show me you are on that day, in that period of time in your life. Now, it's not to say that you can't grow and become a better person.
Yeah.
And we can interact on a different plane at that point in time. And it's my decision, like my brother said, to treat you accordingly at that point in time. Do I want to be a fool again and possibly fall for the same thing? Or do I want to say, hey, you know what? This person may have healed, may have grown, may be in a different space in life. And maybe we can re-secure a vibration on that same wavelength. Possibly. But that's all in the decision that I make when we get to that space. But I still trust you to be exactly who you are. If you're a snake, if you show me a snake, I can't trust you to be a fucking gorilla. I'm sorry for my language. I can't trust you to be a gorilla because you're not a gorilla. You're a snake. If you're a gorilla, I can't trust you to be a snake because you're a gorilla. I have to trust you at face value. Have to.
Okay.
Let us become sharper.
We became sharper.
We became sharper.
Them 3 to 5 hours was strong.
You have no clue.
So we have
them 3 to 5 hours is the foundation for the man that I am to this day. And I give CJ all the credit for that. Much love.
Yeah. So
Salute.
we're gonna revisit that for real.
Yeah.
We got that needs to be we gotta do something with that. Up to that, something gonna happen with that. Now, for the answer, for my answer, once trust is broken, can it be mended? The answer that I give is no. It will never function the same. Not that the person is untrustworthy, because you do trust people to be who they are. Yes, you do. That is a fact. I'm looking at it from this perspective. There's so much pressure, downward pressure at that, in the world, that I've seen guys out there, not talking about nobody, because when we on these microphones, we always respectful. But I done seen guys out there on a donut, on the freeway. That's so much pressure on the donut tire. The pressure that the world gonna put on you, I can't be out there on nothing mended. I gotta be out there.
Gotta have some stability, strong foundation.
Yeah.
I can't be out there.
Not that donut though.
All-season tires.
Hey, but on the driver's side too?
Oh, no patch wheels.
Oh my God.
I need you to.
Imagine if I got a patch
Once
in
you
a
done broke,
spare.
on
How
the spare.
you got a patch in the spare,
once
bro?
you done
It
broke,
ain't even the same
once
size.
you done
as all
broke
the
the
other tires.
trust, we done. And I hate to be like that, but we
Hey.
need 100. You got to come 100.
You know?
I respect that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
man.
that's my perspective on
For
it.
sure.
So with that being said,
And that's the beautiful thing, man. I hate to jump into that, but everything is about perspective.
perspective.
Yes.
Everything
yes.
is all
So
perspective.
on that topic, we got 2 say yes and just 1 odd for no. Now, before we get out of here, I want to say this to our supporters. All cash is verified. For the people who have supported the podcast, supported your businesses, supported me, my personal supporters. It's all love, and I appreciate that. I thank you so much.
Yeah.
Faith is going to be something that we have to revisit. We can't even tackle it here today, but we definitely put it out there.
Yeah.
Before we get out of here, I want you guys to understand this. The script is real. Whenever you are writing the story of your life, make sure you got the pen.
Yeah.
That's how
Control your own narrative.
controlling your own narrative. That's what the script is about. I've been promoting it and people been seeing it. But said, what does that mean? That's what it means. So we're all writing our own personal script. Before we get out of here, give your Instagram tags, both of you.
My Instagram is vcuts _ VKUTZ _ you can also follow me on Facebook, which is vcuts.
Okay, so you gotta. And how does one book with you?
I am currently on Square. Is it Square Up? Yeah, Square Up.
Square Up. Okay.
The link is on my Instagram page. You can just click the icon where it says book, takes you straight there, or you can go on Square Go, and you can just type in my name, vcuts VKUTZ, and I'll be on there with, the picture is me on there with a couple of my buddies, and you'll know that's me.
Okay. And how does one go to your Instagram?
So I'm gonna go with the V-Cuts voice. So y'all can catch me on all social media handles.
You want a beat in the background?
You feel me? Give me some music, baby. Give me all social media handles. legend of underscore Teddy.
I'm sorry. Hey, this is my brother, man. I'm sorry.
Energy, bro. You're not about to outbury me, bro. It's not about
Hey
to
man,
outbury me,
I am technically big bro. He just bigger than me, man. Let me just say that.
You older, yeah.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
dog, yeah.
For sure.
This is my big brother.
But,
Man.
and you introduced us too.
Yeah,
Not
for
even,
sure, for
indirectly. Because
Yes.
I didn't even realize that was him that day in the shop, just coming up there kicking it with you.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, we got the IG handles.
Yeah.
We tackled faith. We have the topic. Once trust has been broken, can it be mended? Think about that and go over that topic on your own for yourself. Ask that question. And also, the person that you're loving the most, you're laying next to, is that person the key to the game? We'll pick this up next time. Everybody be safe out there. This has been great. You know, we did it. We're going to do some additional camera work and pictures out there. But to the next time that you see V Cuts, Teddy Van Gogh, the artist, and CJ, remember to always let us become sharper.